right, we got a peak here for March as we look ahead now. Let's take a look again. This is, first of all, the temperature outlook for March. Let's talk about that.
So again, looking at March, we see below normal temperatures above the northern, across the northern tier, and above normal temperatures across the southern tier. Now, when we talk about normal, we're talking about averages that go back, 10 years in this case when we're looking at temperatures. But when we look at precipitation, and this is very key as we're talking about what we have found this past year, again, below normal precipitation, we're seeing that in the Rockies, we're seeing in Southern California already, there are going to be some water issues out there. In Texas and New Mexico and even around the Delta, your area, Blake, you're going to be seeing below normal precipitation. But I should point out that even if we're talking about below normal precipitation or normal in the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, I was in Indiana last week and I passed numerous flooded fields. That's going to be a real issue that they've got. In fact, as we look at kind of wrapping things up and how we see 2012 shaking out, one of the main stories that we're focusing on is the fact that conditions are so wet in the Ohio Valley, and it's a carryover from last fall. We think that there's either going to be a late planting or there might even be some replanting from some folks that might try to get in too soon.
Curious, if we can go back to the slide on the March precipitation slide there, and the small area in the Minnesota and the Dakotas there. Can you explain this? Again, you're not a meteorologist, but all of a sudden, a little bubble right there, like a light bulb shape or whatever, in the Dakotas and Minnesota there, that is above precipitation in March. What is causing something like that?
Well, you may not realize it, but volcanoes have an awful lot to do with the precipitation that we're seeing right now. Over in the Kamchatka Peninsula of the former Soviet Union, there are 4 active volcanoes. There is also a volcano in Iceland that was very notable a couple of years ago. Those things in combination have had a significant effect on the precipitation that we see. Now, one thing I should point out is that while we have been very concerned in previous years about flooding in the Red River Valley, the Upper Missouri Valley, we don't think it's going to be as serious a problem as we saw last year and the 2 previous years.
That would be good news for those people. We have some people at RFD-TV and our office in Omaha and with farms in that area that didn't see ground. It was underwater all season last year, so that's going to be good news for them. Let's give you our telephone number for you to join us here on RFD-TV Live with AGROTAIN. It is a toll-free call, as always. We would love to hear from you, questions you might have about using AGROTAIN in your particular operation and the weather you have had. We have Blake here to answer that question. Jed Lafferty is here to talk about the weather. If you have some questions there, 877-731-6733. Lines are open now. We look forward to hearing from you. Let's go to Arkansas. We do have a caller on the line from Arkansas. I believe Jonathan, they said you were. Is that right, Jonathan? Have I got the name right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
I got a question for Blake. I'm a wheat farmer down here, and I was just wondering if I need to put AGROTAIN on all my shots of fertilizer.
Jonathan, that's a very good point you bring up. We have a lot of research going on with wheat out there, and the average yield increase by applying AGROTAIN treated urea to top dress wheat is about a 5.1 bushel increase. I do believe it would be something that I would highly recommend looking into, depending on your soil types there and how you apply, depending on if you're a urea person or UAN. I mean, if you're going UAN and going a large shot out there, you could go with probably an AGROTAIN Plus to get a lot of more protection out there, to give you a 6 to 8 week window, looking at keeping it in ammonium form for the plant to be able to uptake. But I definitely think you should look at stabilizing your nitrogen on your wheat, sir.
Very good. Thanks for the call. As we, again, toll-free number 877-731-6733 for you to join us here on RFD-TV Live with AGROTAIN. One thing I wanted to ask you, Blake, as we get our callers up in line here, as Jed went through that forecast for February and March, and we don't have April. He's not bringing April or May with us tonight. But in all those cases, whether it was hot or going to be warm or dry or wet, AGROTAIN and all the products that you have and people like yourselves around the country are going to be standing by to help that producer kind of work through his particular weather impact and his needs to put a nitrogen stabilization program together for that individual.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. I recommend, you talk with your local co-ops there to see, how that we can better help you with that. I mean, if not, you can check us out on our website at agrotain.com. And I'll promote everyone to get on there and connect with their local reps because we are more than happy to help anybody out there find the product that best fits them.
All right. Go to Wisconsin for our next call. John, welcome to RFD-TV Live. Whoa, looks like we lost John there. John, if you want to give us a call back, sorry about that. I don't know if it's on your end or ours, but we want to hear from you and others as well. Give us a call at that toll-free number, 877-731-6733. Again, looking to hear your calls and hear their questions or comments, rather, as well, regarding maybe what you went through last year and looking forward to this year.